The Digital Youth Council came out of the Excited event last year. Tell me about how it came together and why.
So the Digital Youth Council was formed from the Excited IE Learning Festival last year. And the inspiration from it came from on one of the days of the Learning Festival. There was workshops where kids from primary schools could come in and give their views on how they'd like digital technology to be used in the classroom. Now, myself and my teammates from the BT Young Scientist, Emer and Sophie, we were given the task of kind of taking into account their views and then reporting back on them. And Harry, our founder, was also there on the day. And I think we all just kind of noted really the remarkable enthusiasm that all the children had for digital technology and how eager they were to implement it into their learning experience. So who noted this were the organisers of the Excited Festival, so Ciara Judge and Bernard Kirk. So they became the advisory board of the Digital Youth Council, and with Harry's idea to set it up, it was formed eventually, and then we had our first meeting in August. So the aim of it now is to use the Digital Youth Council to promote the digital learning, so the use of digital technology in education, and also to kind of help teachers by giving them advice on how this can actually be achieved.
Lee, you guys are at the BT Young Scientist. Ciara, you're a veteran at this stage. But in terms of using the event and all the students who are here together as the next staging post in the journey of the Digital Youth Council, what kind of things will you guys be doing this week?
Yeah, well, I suppose there's 50,000 people going to be here over the course of the week, so it's really great for us to be able to expand out, network, and get our name out there. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be conducting a series of interviews, asking people, the students in particular, about their opinions about digital technology in the classroom, and in all aspects of life. And then we'll feed some of that into our meetings and then into what we're going to progress in sort of an action plan then for the Excited conference, which is taking place later this year.
And Harry, as a founder of the movement, the need for more digital learning in schools. I mean, it seems to me that the kids are already ahead of the teachers in a lot of ways. How do we find the balance?
Yeah, well, really, it's important that we try to get the teachers on board. We have the students, everyone has a child at home who is always on the iPad or always on the computer, on YouTube or Minecraft or whatever it may be. And I feel that we really need to get the teachers involved now. So really, we need to be telling them the benefits of it, and then we need to be telling them there is also cons to it. But I really feel that the moment we kind of accept it in our education system, we kind of move on as a country. So I definitely think we need to be encouraging teachers to accept it into the classroom.
And Ciara, the current state of play of technology in schools in Ireland today, how would you describe it?
When people talk about digital education, they're often mistaken, and they think that people are asking for classes in the use of computers, and coding classes, which whilst they are also important, and there are classes like that to a certain degree and they are being implemented in the future, digital technology in education can actually be much more than that. So, in schools recently and in today, you do see a minimal use of digital technology in the form of, say, projectors, and in general technology. But the reality is that this equipment, it's all interconnected, and there's so much more potential that isn't currently being utilised in the school system for the use of this technology. Because with the internet and with the fact that everything is connected today, and we can make connections at the click of a button, we need to utilise that and not just stay within the classroom, but we can use the technology to actually go beyond the classroom, and it'll make the learning experience way more enjoyable and almost kind of 3D, because you're looking out into the world and you're applying the knowledge that you're learning.
Lee, is there work that the Youth Council can do to help teachers themselves as well? I mean, the students are, they're digital natives, they take on this technology to use it, but the teachers, some of them might be intimidated, others are pretty cool with it, but is there work that the Youth Council can do to help teachers themselves assimilate this into school?
Yeah, well, I guess one of the major problems that teachers would find is there's an array of different platforms, different things that they can actually use in the classroom. And I suppose what we could do is kind of whittle that down to something that's, I suppose, easy enough for teachers to implement, and there's a guide to it there. And we could, from experience, because we're all still in secondary school, we could show them what works, what we think doesn't work. And as Harry was saying, it's not just about the pros, but the cons as well. So we have to investigate all areas of that, and I suppose that is the best way to go forward. So.
And Harry, the policy level, I know you had some meetings with the government and stuff like that, and they took a big interest in it. In terms of getting the government on side with things that you guys want to achieve, what's the next step?
Yeah, well, I feel that we've really got a foot in there at the moment. We've met with the Taoiseach, we've met with ministers, and we spoke to them about what we're trying to do. And I feel that they're on board now, and I feel that they're accepting that there needs to be a change, not just in the education system, but in society and all. I feel now at the moment what we're going to hopefully do is try to get a foot into schools. I think the first step is to show the government that we can do it and that we can get into schools and get teachers and students involved. So really that's what we'll be trying to do over the next few months, to prove to the government that we're not just all talk, that we're action as well.